Yo, what's up guys, I'm Yannick from the Produce School, and in this video I will show you how to make steps for all sorts of genres within EDM. These steps are used in so many EDM songs and there are still a lot of people struggling with making them and make them sound full and big. So in this video I will explain you how to make them yourself and also make them a little bit more unique. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get straight into this. The sound that's used the most for steps is probably a brass step. You can find them on Splice or go into your contact libraries or something like that. I just picked one from the factory library actually. And make sure to find a staccato one because these are like short and perfect for steps. The brass sounds like this. Let's put it in the piano roll on some low note like this. Maybe even lower. Like that, and just make a pretty short note like this. Right now it sounds pretty dull, but we want it to sound big and fat. So what you can do is to pull up the velocity so it sounds harder. For brass steps you can also layer it with a note an octave higher like this. Now it sounds even more full and big. To make it sound even more full, we can apply some effects. So let's put it in another mixer channel. Let's start off with an EQ. Let's boost a little bit of the low mid frequencies, because I want the brass to have some nice low end. So I'm boosting a little bit of the bass frequencies or low mid frequencies. And let's also boost a little bit of the high end. Then let's add a camel crusher for some distortion, and this is also a tip I can give you when you're creating steps like these. To add some distortion, just mess around with it and see what it brings. Let's play it. This sounds a little bit too much crushed, so let's go to the preset called British Clean, which is my favorite preset from Camel Crusher. That sounds pretty dope. Let's lower down the volume just a little bit. They can apply some multiband compression with an OTT to fatten up the sound even more. I'm going to remove this higher note because I don't think it sounds nice. So let's just keep it on this low note. And that's basically how you create a brass step for EDM. Just find some brass and put a lot of distortion and compression on it, and then it will sound really fat. But just a brass step isn't good enough for me. So let's add some other samples to make it a little bit more unique. Let's lower down the volume first. I found two other samples to layer the brass with. The first one is from our destination pack, which is a stamp style preset sample pack with vocals, project files and much more. And if you want to check it out, then make sure to go to the link in the description, and any support on the pack is always appreciated. So it sounds like this. And I think it's a little bit too long, so let's shorten it like this. And right now you can hear this little click at the end. And if you want to remove that, just go to the sample, click on transient bleeding, and then it's gone. And then I found another sample on Splice by Crane Samples, which is some sort of flute and sounds really dope. It sounds like this. It already sounds pretty good, but I think we have to glue them a little bit more together. So let's put them both in a mixer channel, like this. Let's start off with this one from our destination pack. Let's just add an EQ. Let's duck in a little bit of the high end because I think we have a little bit too much high end because the brass already has a lot of high end. Let's add a stereo shaper to widen sound and move it to the sides of the speakers like this or this. Then let's mix this little flute thing over here. Let's add an EQ. And maybe a little bit distortion and compression with a camel crusher. That's a little bit too much. And now we can put these 3 layers into one mixer channel to apply some other effects like reverb and kickstart. Let's just name it step or something. Let's start off with some reverb. I think I'm just gonna use the Fruity Reverb 2. For drops, I recommend to have a short decay, but for breakdowns you can use a longer decay to create some atmosphere. So if you put it up like this, that can be pretty cool to do at the start of your track, so you instantly hear what's coming. So let's lower down decay because this one will be for a drop. Let's apply some low cut so the reverb doesn't interfere with the low frequencies. And let's also add a little bit more high damping so it has more high end. And if there's a kick playing, you can apply some kickstart or whatever sidechain plugin you're using. And with sidechain it sounds like this. And you should do this, as I already said, if there's a kick playing, but if there's not a kick playing, then you can leave it off. It just depends when you're using it. That's basically how you can create synth steps or brass steps for EDM. It's just a matter of layering different sounds, and also the mixing part is pretty important. We got a really sick sample pack coming up soon, which I can't wait to tell you about it, but you just have to wait a little bit more, so stay tuned for that. For now, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.